Hi everybody and welcome back to our weekly live stream. My name is Alicia and in this week's live lesson, we're going to talk about how to use study tools to boost your learning. In today's lesson, I'm going to talk about some basic tools that many people use, like flashcards and textbooks and videos and things like that, and talk about how you can level up your use of those things with some extra tools and some extra strategies to help you learn faster and to help you remember things longer. So I really hope that today's lesson is going to give you some ideas to help make your study sessions more efficient and to help you to be a better learner overall. You can use these concepts for things outside of language learning too. Of course, I know everybody here is studying English, but you can use these ideas for other things you want to study in your life as well. So as you join, please make sure to hit the like button and of course, share this video so other people can find today's lesson. That'd be super cool. Send a message in the chat and I will come to say hi in just a moment when everybody has joined us. While we wait, however, I want to mention this banner at the bottom of the screen that says download your free 2,000 word e-book. The team has created a free PDF that has the 2,000 core words of English in it. The core words of English are the most important words for everyday communication in any language. So this free PDF at EnglishClass101.com has the core words of English in it. So if you want to study the most important words first, go and download this free ebook at EnglishClass101.com. You can find the link below the video if you're watching on YouTube or above the video if you're watching on Facebook. You can find all of the details on this page. This is 100% free. You only need your name and an email address to access this. If you're already a member at EnglishClass101.com, awesome, you can still get this for free. Just log in and check this link to get the free download. Check it out. Okay, awesome. I see. Okay, that's all for now. I'll remind you later about that again though. So I think there are some people that have joined on YouTube. Hello everybody on YouTube. Santos, what's up? Jackson from Brazil, first time. Hey, what's up? Welcome. Thanks for coming. Bello, what's up? Raymundo, hey, let's see. On Facebook, Francisco, what's up from Nicaragua? Awesome. So today we have lots and lots of different things that I want to cover, basic strategies and how to level them up from what we are kind of starting with, right? How do you become a little bit more advanced with how you study, okay? So I see many people keep sending some messages in the chat. I'll come back in just a second. Okay. Today we're going to talk, I have kind of, I guess, three groups for study tools and study strategies I want to talk about today. First, I want to talk about vocabulary study strategies and how you can use study tools to boost your knowledge and boost your learning with these. Second, we're going to talk about listening strategies, how you can use audio to improve your listening. And third, I'm going to talk about some grammar study strategies. And of course, you can mix and match these according to what is important to you and according to what works for you. Okay, great. So I see some more people are joining. Great. Hello, Ezekias on Facebook. What's up? On YouTube. Hey, Frank Tamkin. What's up? Bruno, hey, Mr. Guzarapo, hello. Mohit, hey everybody. Okay, let's get started. Let's start then with vocabulary study strategies. Today I want to focus a lot on flashcards and how we can level up flashcards because there are some really good tools, maybe you know them, there are some really good tools you can use for free that will help you to be more efficient with your vocabulary studies. I mentioned one tool that is very helpful too, having a good group of words to study from. That's this banner right here, this 2,000 word, the core words ebook. There's this picture right here in the bottom corner. So first, of course, having a good group of vocabulary words to study is very important. But then, how do you study those words? I know lots of people use basic flashcards, right? They are written on paper, right? That's great. You write the word on the paper and then you write the translation on the other side. I use this like in high school and in university, right? It's a very common way to study and it's helpful, right? It's good. So, but a downside is there's no system to remember your progress, right? For example, if you make 20 vocabulary words on paper, you write them and you practice them all the time, you don't know which words are maybe difficult. You don't know when you finish studying all of those words, when you should add more words, right? There's not really a system. You kind of just have a feeling, right? So it's not bad. It's a way to study that has been very useful for a long time, right? But now we can use something called spaced repetition flashcards. Spaced repetition flashcards. These are a type of flashcard that will remember your answers. So that means when you check a flashcard and you answer correctly or incorrectly, the system can remember your answer and remember, did you get it right or did you get it wrong? Yeah? And based on your answer, from your answer, the system knows, okay, I'm going to show you the word again in a little while. Or this word is easy. You don't need to see it again for a long time, right? This is a very, very helpful system to make sure you study efficiently, okay? So this, you might be like, what does this mean? What is this spaced repetition flashcard? First, repetition, this word, repetition. So maybe you can see in here, there's this root here, repeat, to repeat. So this means we repeat the flashcard, right? We do this with basic flashcards too, right? We repeat our study, we review our study, okay? This spaced, however, this means there's space between the repetitions. So that means, for example, I study like this. I have a couple visuals here. We have this one on the left, which shows days. This is number of days, let's say 1 week. And we have the number of reviews. So imagine on day 0, the first time you see a new vocabulary word, you review it maybe 2 or 3 times because it's new. You need to see it many times, right? Maybe on the next day, day 1, you need to see it 3 times or 4 times, right? You need to practice a lot to remember. Then on day 3, maybe just 2 times. Then on day 4, maybe just 1 time, right? Then maybe nothing on day 5. And day 6, you need 2 reviews. Day 7, 1, right? So this concept is that if you have a space between your reviews or between your repetitions, you will remember it longer. So this graph shows the concept of spaced repetition flashcards. Down here is time, so number of days or across weeks or months. And this part is your memory, okay? So at the beginning, your memory is very low, right? When you learn a new word. But after you review, right, here, your memory goes way up. You can remember the word very, very well on day 1, right? But then maybe it goes down because the vocabulary, you forget it, right? You're human, okay? So then it goes back up after you do the reviews and it goes down and up again, right? This is very, very natural, right? But then because you practice many times with lots and lots of spaces between your reviews, your memory over time becomes more steady. This is the concept with spaced repetition flashcards. So we don't have this kind of system with just a basic flashcard on paper. So you might think, oh my gosh, how do I get a spaced repetition flashcard? If you use EnglishClass101.com, we have spaced repetition flashcards you can use. You can use our vocabulary lists, or you can make your own vocabulary words. That's perfect, whatever is best for you. Or there are other systems you can use so that you can use a system like this. So this is a system I used as well when I was studying Japanese vocabulary, and it was very helpful for me because, for example, when I knew the vocabulary word very, very well, I didn't have to study it anymore, or I studied it very rarely because I knew it very well. So I didn't spend time practicing things that were easy for me. I practiced things that were difficult for me, or the new words I needed to see. That's another bonus with this system. A spaced repetition flashcard system can understand when you have finished learning a word, you know it 100%, and then it's time to introduce a new word. So the system is wonderful. I really love spaced repetition flashcard systems. Okay, so I want to talk about a couple extra boosts that you can do with your vocabulary learning as well. So all of these boosts I have here are also about flashcards. Yeah, so you can read the flashcards out loud. That's another way for you to practice. You can get speaking practice like this. If you're not sure how to read it out loud, many spaced repetition flashcard systems have an audio button, so you can play the word and listen to it. Yeah, so you can also write words from the flashcards, physically write it down. Yeah, that's another great way to practice and to practice your writing skills. Another idea, you can do listening practice with the flashcards. So I mentioned, excuse me, I mentioned if there's an audio button on the flashcard, make sure to play that and listen to how the person says it, okay? Also, here I wrote flashcards with sentences and phrases. Flashcards with sentences and phrases means you create a flashcard with a whole sentence, one complete sentence, not just one vocabulary word, but for example, an idiom or an interesting expression you heard you want to remember. So you can use flashcards to help you practice a phrase. If, for example, you notice that like you have a sentence pattern, like a grammar pattern, we'll talk about later, a grammar pattern that's difficult for you, or you often make a mistake in this one type of sentence, you can make a flashcard of the correct sentence and practice that until you get the new habit in your mind, right? So this is another really, really good study strategy you can use along with your flashcards. So check that out. I hope that gives you a good idea, especially for training out bad habits. When you notice a bad habit or when your teacher tells you you have a bad habit of something, make a flashcard of that and fix it ASAP. Okay, good. So this is part one about vocabulary study with flashcards. So this is our first study tool. Okay, great. Welcome everybody that has joined. Hello on Facebook to Gasan and someone watching from South Korea. Sorry, I can't read your name. And on YouTube, hello Karthi and Joel, Charo, Iktior, hello Suzanta, what's up? Naeem, hi everybody, welcome. Okay, let's take a break. Let's take a quick break. In case you missed it, I talked about this banner at the bottom of the screen that says download your free 2,000 word ebook. So if you have not seen this, this is the 2,000 core words of English. And if you use EnglishClass101.com, we have a vocabulary word list of these core words that you can use with the spaced repetition flashcard system I talked about just now. Yeah. So if you want to use these words that are the most commonly used for everyday conversation, and you want to use that together with that flashcard system, you can do that. Just make your account, or if you have an account, log in. You can find it in the vocabulary menu. Click on like core words. I think it's, called core words or most common. Find the 2,000 word list, or you could choose 100 or 200, your choice, and you can start studying those words. Okay. Great, let's continue to the next part then. If you haven't, please make sure hit the like button and share this video, yeah, so other people can find today's lesson. Okay, let's continue to part two. In part two, I want to talk about listening. How can you use study tools to boost your listening skills? And a little bit speaking skills, kind of too. We'll talk about that more, but for now, so I want to talk first about audio recordings. So for example, like a podcast or an audio lesson, maybe the news on the radio, whatever. So some audio recording. Usually, when you study from an audio recording, you just listen to the audio, right? You sit with your headphones and listen to the audio. Okay, that's good. That's practice, right? We are listening, yes. So how can you boost that? How can you use some tools to boost your study sessions there? Boost it with, number one, transcripts. So a transcript means the written words of that audio. So if your podcast has a script of the podcast, get it, because you can read along with the audio to review, right? So that means you need to review the audio. Don't listen only one time, listen many times. So for example, you listen one time just by yourself, no extra things. Then you get the transcript, excuse me, you get the transcript and you read along at the same time as you listen. Yeah, that's your second listen for review. Then you can read the dialogue out loud. So after you do this, another way to review is to read it out loud yourself, right? So you get some speaking practice here also, yeah? So a transcript is a really excellent tool. And an extra bonus of transcripts is if there are words or phrases that are really difficult for you to catch, like you can't hear the certain word or you don't understand how two words go together, you can check the transcript and this will show you all the vocabulary. So this gives you a chance to look up new words, find new idioms and phrases, and you can put them in your flashcards if you want to, yeah? Okay, good. So another thing you can do with audio recordings then, aside from the study tool with transcripts, you can do voice recordings. So you can do some speaking practice by shadowing the audio. If you don't know what shadowing is repeating quickly after something you hear. So for example, if you want to shadow this live stream, you would repeat very quickly after me and try to use the same pronunciation and the same intonation to practice more native style speaking. Yeah? So with an audio recording, like a podcast or an audio lesson, you can record yourself just on your phone or your computer, whatever. That's fine. Record yourself shadowing that audio. And then for even more bonus stuff, you can send your recording to your teacher for review. If you have a teacher at EnglishClass101.com, you can send your recording to your teacher, and they will give you some feedback for it. Another thing I recommend too is to listen then. You listen to your recording and compare to the native speaker audio recording and listen for the parts that are the same and that are different. And you might notice a pattern. You can do this when you read the transcript too. So listen to the native speaker's recording and to your recording. Check the transcript. You can try circling parts that sound different and see if you can find a pattern in the sounds. That will give you a big hint on something you can use for pronunciation practice. Yeah. So these study tools can help to boost just an audio recording. Remember, this is just an audio recording, but these are many different ways that you can use tools to make those study sessions more efficient. Okay? All right. Good. Let's see. I'm looking for your questions really quickly. Hello to everybody that is joining. Welcome. Ibrahim from Bangladesh. What's up? Daniel from Brazil. Selma from Indonesia. Hello on Facebook. Hi, Margarita. Hi, Ven. Carlitos. What's up, everybody? Okay, I don't see questions right now. Let's continue, just because time is going quickly, to the last part. The last part, I want to talk in a kind of big way about grammar explanations. Okay, how can we take a grammar explanation and use different tools to help us to remember the information and help us practice the information and help us be comfortable using that grammar, right? So, grammar explanations. I think most people, from what I can read in the comments here, most people on this channel use textbooks, or you have online lessons, or you have YouTube videos like the one you're watching right now. Yeah, maybe you also have a teacher in your life too that you have grammar explanations from. That's great. All of this is great. I want to say that's wonderful. Keep it up. So, then make sure. For example, when you do an online lesson, if you take one of my lessons, like at EnglishClass101.com, if you watch one of my videos, like right now, make sure you don't just play it in the background, right? Make sure you are watching the video, you're reading the captions here, you're reading the subtitles, whatever it is, and take notes, making sure that you are writing the information you're learning. If you have online lessons with quizzes, take the quizzes. The quizzes are there to help you practice. So don't skip Don't skip these steps of taking notes and taking quizzes, yeah? Okay, then how can we boost our learning with these kinds of grammar tools? Okay, so first, you can write your own sentences with the grammar that you've learned, and like I talked about before, you can create new flashcards with that grammar, yeah? So you can create a flashcard with a sentence or with a phrase, or if you want to just create a certain expression with the grammar that you just learned and you know it's correct, you can do that like this. So write your own sentence, write your own phrase with the grammar that you've learned. You can put this in your notes, right? So when you watch, for example, one of my YouTube videos, a grammar video, you learn the grammar, you take notes about the grammar, and then you make your own sentences with it, right? Then you can create some flashcards for yourself to help you explain your life, right? So these are all different ways to review, and they are all different ways that you can use the new things you're learning right away, okay? Next one is send your work to your teacher for review. So when you do a textbook lesson, if you have a teacher in your class, I assume your teacher gives you some homework, right? So that's great. Do your homework. Everybody, we love to do our homework. But if you do online lessons or if you watch videos online and you have a teacher, do some of this kind of practice. Make those sentences for yourself and then send those sentences to your teacher to ask, is this natural? Is this correct? Could I do something better? Is there a better maybe vocabulary word, or is the grammar used appropriately here, right? So send that to your teacher to review. So it doesn't only have to be this very passive input, right? Make sure to do output and ask for feedback. It's super, super important, okay? And then I always say this, review, please review. So when you watch a YouTube video, especially, I know it's very, 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 very easy to watch the YouTube video one time and think, yay, I studied today, and then you never watch it again. Please, 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 please review, review in order to practice, review to keep the information fresh in your brain, yeah? Find ways like this and like this and like this. There are many ways that you can review the new information you learned. So make sure to do that, because that is how you can remember things more over time. You need to give your brain a chance to forget and remember and forget and remember, and then you can become steady, right? So we need to review to go through this process for the new things that we learn. And this is true for things other than language also. So review, please review things, okay? All right, I'm gonna come to the chat really quickly, and then that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about today. So there are lots and lots of different tools you can use. Let's see, Mino wrote, I downloaded a microphone app last week. I'll compare my voice with native speakers today. A microphone app, that's interesting. What's that? I don't know what that is, but that's cool. I hope that that is very, very helpful for you. When I do voice recording, in my case, I just use the default voice recorder on my phone. But if you need a separate app, that's great too. Nice. Others, I can't see the chat. Can you please move the thing back to the thing? Control that. Thank you. Okay. Let's see. Saeed says, how to speak with confidence. Do a quick YouTube search. You are on YouTube, Saeed. Go to confidence, speak with confidence. Search that in the box. That is not the topic of today, but I have a video about it. I'm almost positive. Victor, how about watching movies in English with English subtitles, or it's better not to use a subtitle? Do all of it. That's a really common question. People always ask, should I do it with, should I do it without? Do both. Do all of that. Watch the movie first with nothing, then watch the movie with the captions, and then watch the movie with a subtitle. I did that for a TV show in university that I was studying, and it was really interesting. It was really challenging, but I reviewed. So everybody, a lot of people think, oh, I'm going to watch the movie one time. No, watch the movie many times to review and understand, and give yourself lots of opportunities to use the language and understand it in different ways. So don't think like, oh, only one time. Do it all of them. Do all of them, Victor. That is my answer. Okay. Control Desk also has a suggestion. Control Desk suggests maybe choose movies you know well. I also agree with that. I once tried to read Harry Potter in Japanese. I know it very well, and it was very difficult because there's lots of strange, like magical vocabulary that's not common for everyday life. So I was really confused. So my other tip there is maybe choose a movie that has lots of everyday vocabulary words there. Okay. That's it for now. So thanks everybody for joining me live. If you want to take a screenshot, now is your chance. I will move out of the way. Here you go. That is today's topic. Lots of different things that you can do to boost your study sessions. I will, of course, be back next week. Let me find next week's live stream topic because I forgot. I forgot what I put for next week. So next week, where's my info? Okay. Yes. Okay. Next week, just because it's February, I'm going to talk about how to invite someone out. How to invite someone out on a date or just for something casual. So how can you politely and kindly invite someone to something? How do you do it without being strange, without being weird? This is a very important skill, so please don't miss next week's live lesson. That will be Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is New York City time. If you don't know your local time, please Google it, or you can set a notification on YouTube or on Facebook for when we begin this beautiful live stream every week. So please join me again for that next time. Of course, if you have not, please, 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 I'll remind you again, the team has this free 2,000 word ebook that contains the core words of English. If you want a good thing to do right after this live, go download this, check the link below or above the video, and you can use it with the spaced repetition flashcards. There's like a set. So you can get this booklet right here, and you can get the flashcards on EnglishClass101.com too. So check that out if you want to get going, if you want to do something right away, if you feel motivated. I hope you do. You can go and do that next. So check that out, and I hope that you have a great day and a great week and a great weekend. So I will say goodbye for here. Thanks so much to everybody for your comments. Thank you for liking and sharing the video, and I hope that you are well and have a great time until I see you next week.